podcast, guiding every grind, helping detailers make more money, one show at a time.
Hey, John, how we doing? Welcome to the podcast. How are things
Hey,
going over there?
good, good. Just happy to be here. It's a good, nice day. Not really too sunny, but we're hanging. Just came back from a walk and we're ready to talk some detailing. So it's good to be here, Dave.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it's thanks for being on the show, and tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got here, and where you're located.
Absolutely. So, my name is John-Xavier Mapu, and I live out in Menifee, California. I run a business here called Wax on Warriors. You can find us on waxonwarriors.com. And we are a niche business, essentially catering to fleet details as well as RVs and boats, ceramic coatings, things of that nature. And I've been doing it for about 2 years. And it really started um, because I noticed I coach youth football on the side. Shout out to the Marietta Blitzhawks here. And I noticed on the summers, half of my football team was kind of missing. So they would go off to the dunes or wherever it is to take them and camping. And so later they would come back, middle of training camps and things like that, and just explain to the other players how fun all the summers were. But from there, a little niche kind of ensued because I got to know all the dads who had the fun Jayco campers and things of that nature. So I started a little side hustle with my 11-year-old football son and started with word of mouth. And it spread to a detailing business, which I run exclusively. I had an employee here last year, and I'll get into that. But I'm on the verge of scaling up my business here. We do about anywhere from 1 to 5,000 in a given month. Of course, the higher being in the summer months.
Right.
So a little bit about me here. I work for a company called Wabash National, and we make semi trucks and trailers and things from scratch. So I'm an options builder, a quality control inspector, and a production line worker by trade for my Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends here, I tend to ceramic coat the vehicles that I make. So that always helps.
Wow.
And it helped me organically to cater a market here. Menifee, Marietta, Inland Empires. I kind of have gold with my ATVs, my RVs, and I don't have to touch the OC and LA areas. However, I do feel once you get into high-end cars and things of that nature, you better be ready to go, and you better be ready to tackle those kind of markets. But what I kind of want to share with everybody in my experience is be true to yourself and stay small and organic. If you are, when you're ready to push those ads and things, you'll know because your work will outgrow yourself. And so, so yes, uh, getting into it here, I enjoy, of course, working out in my community. I think that is a big word of mouth thing that comes in itself. If you want to go through what I do on the daily in my natural 9 to 5, I tend to meet all sorts of truckers and all sorts of workers, whether I'm loading up parts and shipments. And then in between those factions and between those lunch breaks, you tend to have golden opportunities. If you'll check on my website on Wax on Warriors, you'll see I wrapped an 18-wheeler here for an air gas company. The gentleman, he wasn't just a regular worker. He tended to be on that day. He tended to be one of the district guys who are just coming in, and I happened to pitch him just a little detail just for his car. I have a device here, a little wristband from dotcards.com. Shout out to them. And it has a little microchip in it, which carries my business card. Any detailers, I highly recommend carrying this. That way you don't have to carry fat stacks of papers. I can just tap to any phone, any Android phone, if you will, and it uploads my data, my profile page, and any sort of link tree connects that I might have. I tend to hand that out more than my regular card at this point. And it looks sleek, it looks professional, it looks like I'm not really pushing something too much as I'm working my 9 to 5 as well. So I found that to be a very sleek and unique way. And for someone who is a professional businessman, trust me, they like that on the go. They don't want to carry things in their pockets. So with that happened, it ended up parlaying into a ceramic coating job for vehicles, and 3 more out of that. So you know, just never doubt an opportunity to grow for yourself, and also put yourself out there when you can.
Right, right,
uh,
right. So what I'm hearing is that you have a 9 to 5, that you're a quality control guy for a truck building company,
yes,
right?
sir.
They build
Yep, and
trucks, okay?
logistics. Yes, sir.
And while you're doing your business, your job, job, you also meet people in the trucking industry who may need your side gig services as well. So from their cars to their trucks to even wrapping, I wrapped my boat, and that was very difficult. And so a tractor trailer can't be that easy as well. And but at least you're not in the water doing it. I did it on the dock, and it was very difficult. But so
Totally.
so you have these niches also with the RVs, or the pull behind RVs, and from the
The fifth
people in
wheels.
your
Yes, sir.
community, and also the tractor trailer. So besides the clientele that you are meeting in your daily 9 to 5, how else are people finding you?
Awesome. So so other than the regular foot traffic that you have here, um, the IE in itself is a big community. So there's car meets that happen regularly as well. If you want to go that I call it more dirtier campaigning, because then you're kind of in the rig with the other detailers, and you'll find them very quickly. So shout out to South SoCal Wax Shops, out in that area. They have a lot of good greets. And Adam's shop down in Anaheim as well. Um, uh, they also have trainings which you can go to for free, and you can socialize with these guys who are gearheads and car heads. So a lot of that is where you'll find good high end clientele. Don't get me wrong, the community has done me great, but you'll find that it's hard to break from being a neighborhood car washer to an actual detailer. And so that is where my niche kind of comes in handy for myself, because I come from a professional, truck building background. So it's natural you would assume that I would have that when I bring that to your doorstep. Well, what if you're not? What if you're just a regular, 20 something teenager, and you're really trying to build your appearance? At that point, from the minute you shake someone's hand, till the minute you end the wash, everything that you need needs to be on point, I would say. And you would have to um, have the intention of having a return guest as well. You can wash 10 cars a day and put and blast ads and do it for $70, but trust me, that is tiring work. And really, I think in my eyes, what I've seen when I go down to the OC markets, to the LA markets, it's saturated to the point where now everyone is dropping their own cost. And my question is why? You can only do maybe 1 to 3 washes a day if you're really truly on top of your game. Make it the best so they can come back, and that is a return business. For myself personally, I end up doing 2 washes. I end up doing a regular detail, full detail with the wax and polish, and I would offer a return service and what I call is a ninja detail. It's a quick, maybe touch up on ceramics here or there, inside out, dusting, and just a exterior wash, and that's for 80. So, you'll have a package for 220 on a regular detail and come back for 80, ends up being 2 washes for 300. Do the math on that. And so you get 2 chances where you can present yourself to them and their client again. Usually the second time they are talking about you the second time, or the neighbor knows about you seeing it the second time. Keep in mind, and I kind of hate to say this because you want to think of your job as a 9 to 5, but detailing, in my experience, is kind of a luxury. And I think when the chips are down, and I think when the economy is, that's kind of one of the first things to go. So think how you can present yourself again or return yourself again. From there, Uh, I like doing fleets and I like doing the RVs. I fish regular car details into those bigger things. And for me, it's service people, blue collar people like myself. So anyone who is a construction worker, anyone who's a police officer, um, I give deals to multiple fleets and stay within that framework. If you want to go out and tackle those guys with those Lamborghini Yaris's and things like that, make sure you are on top of your game and offer other things. I have a buddy who works with custom leather coatings. Shout out with them. So he is not a PPF and vinyl guy. He can stain leather. So when you're doing a Lamborghini Urus, how about offering matching the outside interior with the inside? These are true great niches. I think people need to look and to tap into. I just happen to find mine because I live more east and not west towards the coast. They tend to not be fancier cars. They tend to be bigger family-owned vehicles. So I never outplayed my role from there, and I never tried to. If you see my Instagram or my Facebook, it's pretty plain, but that's kind of purposeful. I've never detailed a Ferrari in my life. So why would I pretend like I did that? I don't understand that. Then you get these guys in a pickle, and then you're kind of stuck. I remember offering $100 details and it became $60 details and $40 details very quick for my neighborhood. And my third detail, I had a truck that had beeswax and sap and tree wax. And I think of any detailer, when you come into that first, it looks like hard shell candy on the top of a hood. You really tend to freak out and you don't know what you do. And I think I spent 30 to 40 minutes YouTubing what to do, before I actually tackled it. And you have to refine your skill through repetition. So do your groundwork in your areas where you're known there before you start putting yourself out there. Because trust me, having to run to your detail shop to pick up dark and stormy and all these things, mid detail isn't fun. And yeah, just it just goes on from there.
Right. So that all is great information. And yes, yeah, I went here in the Northwest. There's a lot of pine trees, right? One time I saw somebody and their Subaru had a big pine pile on it. I'm like, all right,
Ugh.
let me just take that off with my fingernail. It went all the way to metal. It took
Oh
all the
man.
paint off, all the
Yeah.
everything off. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, you got to get that stuff off right away because it's burning all the way through. So,
Oh yeah.
okay, great.
Now it turned
So
into a paint correction.
yes, and a paint correction or paint spray or a touch up
Yeah.
at least, Dr. Color Chip. So, tell us a little bit about the reason why it's wax on Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. So, growing up here, I'm American Samoan, so big Islander loving household. I'm actually the smallest in my family. I'm like 5'8", so you can imagine everybody else looks like giant rugby players in my family here. But my father, who I take this business after, he was a special forces sniper and a Green Beret back in the 80s. And he was the eldest of 9 kids in his family. So an extremely hard worker. I had no choice but to follow those things and be up at 4 or 5 in the morning or whenever military guys do. So I really take on kind of that mentality as well. Um, and also with that led for me growing up is just really being inspired to do sports and martial arts, things of that nature, in which I am now a youth football coach as well. So we have a warrior mentality. That's how we attack our nature and essence of what we do. And I combine that too with my 6 years of experience of truck building and learn how to wax and polish and buff here. So then you get the wax on warriors. Um, mantra. So I just when we wake up every day, I just want to be reminded and be grateful for what we do and what we have here, and follow those warrior codes is what I call them.
Excellent. That's a great story. Awesome. So, okay, so this is a podcast about helping detailers make more money, and you've already given us some great nuggets of how to do that professionalism wise and niche wise, and stay in your niche. How about some tips or tricks or advice on different products or tools or things that make your
Sure.
detailing life a little easier?
Sure. Absolutely. So, I'm gonna tell everybody out there, if you see my rig or setup here, I can kind of show you because I'm putting up a new one here. I have my extract. I have uh, my steamer. I think a lot of what is the difference and what's better? When it comes to carpet cleaning, should I have a heated like that? Um, a little PNS steps 1, 2, 3 um, does the job, and I don't think I think I rarely touch my extractor at all. So I think for every young 20 something out there, anybody who hasn't really gotten their hands dirty in materials, what do I need? Um, I would go with the heated steamer and then just a regular a regular flow head, just like water, and then you can saturate it out as you will. So that's my little tip there for people who don't need to go spend hundreds of dollars out there. Another thing too, shout out to Detailer Flow. They're on Instagram and they're a young upcoming company here that basically it's a back-end app that has tap to pay, regular invoices, and they integrate your web page as well as style out anything you might have. So for all you guys who are like me, I'll be 40 next month, and I probably built my second Wix page here. So I didn't know what I was doing, and I essentially didn't know how I can link that with my LLC on the back end. So for all you guys, Detailer Flow is a one-stop shop for those things, and I highly recommend it. When you want to go there and you're learning your craft, you kind of become a jack of all trades. I didn't know I'd have to learn how to market myself, how to make ads, how to cut them on InShot, and how to post them into 20-second clips. But all of those things, maybe you don't have to do. And as you scale and as you grow up, um, put those in other people's hands. So I find with myself, I have 3 kids. I don't like to rummage through all of my invoices or seeing what products are used. I want that given to me. I used to be a GM too, just to give you a little background, in San Diego for a place called Island Prime and Sea Level. So high-end fine dining restaurants that got rated. So I like spreadsheets. I like data things when it comes to my numbers. That's a place to find it in case you guys were looking, because there's a lot of different stuff out there. Um, let's see, what else can I give? Not too much really comes to mind. I think a lot of YouTube tutorials, come out there when it comes to your style. Um, okay, yeah, I do have something here. A year ago, I tried to scale up my business before, just to throw it out there and have a person work it while I was working my business. So Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, I'm working. This person's trying to pick up the other slack at an hourly rate. Um, be very weary of your growth patterns. At the time, I think I did 3 washes on my setup that I rigged on top of a pallet, and I can fit it into my trunk. So I was really feeling myself at the time. And a person came in and it's like, let me help you scale it, and I kept putting money into those things, but I wasn't watching it. And that's where detailing flow came in. I think if I was if I was a better manager and better at mitigating my time, I would see those things coming. But essentially, I did a plug and play thing, and I ended up for months shelling out and giving out money to something that never came to fruition. So just kind of be weary of those patterns. Be wary of helping, thinking you're helping, when in essence you're destroying your own brand and your name.
Are you saying that the guy didn't work out? He was taking advantage of you, or what? I'm kind of missing what you're
all
saying
the
there.
all of those things,
Okay.
you'll pay an hourly rate and pump your ads and try to get it, and someone's not answering calls, or I don't
Right.
want to say showing late, but things like that. So,
So an employee
I wasn't
or
ready.
a lot of people are not going to care about your business as much as you care about your business.
And that's a hard lesson, but that is the truth. That totally is. So work your business until you essentially can't anymore, and then if you need if you need that, that's when you'll know it's time to scale.
So I have seen that they pay a percentage of the detail or of the car wash. So they don't pay
Ah,
a
hourly.
salary. They pay by the work that's being done. If you're
I
getting
like
paid
that.
$100, they get 25% and you get 75%. So that tends
Yeah,
to keep people a lot more honest and then
and
it's in
motivated.
their best interest to do a great job and to do as many cars as possible.
Yeah, I like that as well. So any way you can keep it fair, any way you can keep it, honest, and just make sure it's practicing your business model, and always take what's good. I like that. I
Yes,
appreciate
yes,
that,
that's the
man.
whole point of this podcast is sharing great information from other people. And during the COVID times, I did 100 podcasts in a couple months, and there's a lot of great ones back there if you want to check those out back in the archives. And
Right on.
besides that, I think we covered quite a bit. How do people find
Yeah,
you on Instagram and Facebook and your website?
absolutely. So check us out. We are on waxonwarriors.com and Wax on Warriors on Instagram.
Great. Hey,
Appreciate it.
John, thanks for being on the show. And we'll catch up with you in about a year and we'll do another podcast interview and see how things have progressed and if you're breaking into some other markets or not. Okay.
All right, right on. Appreciate you,
All
Dave.
right.
You have a good one.
We'll see you on the next show. Okay. Bye-bye.
Calling all detailers, gather around the sound, a place to learn the secrets that will lift you off the ground. Tips and tools and stories shared from shop to shop, helping you grow stronger with each neatly polished drop. Calling all detailers podcast, guiding every grind, helping detailers make more money, one show at a time. From the first rinse of the morning to the final shine at night, the wisdom in each episode will help you get it right. Raise your rates with confidence, let your business climb. Tune in and keep leveling, one detail at a time. Calling all detailers podcast, guiding every grind, helping detailers make more money, one show at a time. Calling all detailers podcast, guiding every grind, helping detailers make more money, one show at a time.